Daja, how my Dromais? It is Mansant coming at you live from the Flesh and Blood official channel here. Super excited to be here. You may recognize me from my own channel, Mansant, where I play Levia pretty much all the time, trying to get her more living legend points on that board. So if you have any interest in Levia, definitely come check me out. But today, that's not what it's all about. Today we're trying to show off Dromai, a brand new hero from the new Uprising set. Who is honestly very complicated, very intriguing hero to play, and this matchup is really going to push her to her limits. Levia is a hero that has a lot of sixes in the deck, right? A lot of phantasm poppers, and Dromai has a game plan that's all centered around these dragons that do have the phantasm keyword. So this is really kind of limit testing. We'll see what this matchup really brings to light here. Does Levia finally have a good matchup? I would hope so. But I'm joined today by a good friend and local game store owner, Elliot, who has really been key to bringing Flesh and Blood into Southwest Michigan. He's who introduced me into Flesh and Blood, and I'm just very, very pleased to have him here with me.
It's my pleasure, and I want to thank LSS for the opportunity. We love our Flesh and Blood community, and I love being a part of it. And if you're looking for Road to Nationals, find us on the event locator. That's Odyssey Games. We're in Southwest Michigan.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic store to play Flesh and Blood. We have great people there. But what we've got in front of us right now is Levia, and we've kind of broken up some parts of the deck, what we're not playing, what we are playing. Trying to, if you want to pick up this deck, give you some of the insight into how the decks play. So just to be really brief, because this is really not all about Levia today, these are the cards we're not taking into this matchup. This is a build that's pretty tuned into the perspective Uprising metagame here. So we are bringing in the list something like the Icelander package with Arcane Barrier 3 and Ravenous Meat Axe. So that's just something that's not useful in this matchup, right? So we're just not going to run it. We're also not going to run this portion of the recursion engine that Levia can play out of her Banish Zone, because they tend to be ghostlies for more aggressive parts of the game, deep-rooted evil for really, really long games like Oldhim, where getting a 6 in graveyard is incredibly important. So we're just not going to bring those in today. Talisman of Cremation is also a little bit of a tech slot for Phi that I'm trying out, not useful here. Reckless Swing for aggro matchups, not useful here. Unworldly Bellow, very strong card, very good rate card, but it's not a Phantasm Popper, and I actually want to concentrate my deck really heavily with these high attack cards that do block. Unworldly is not just not one of them. Same deal with Deadwood Rumbler, it just doesn't block, even though it's a good rate. It wouldn't let me actually pop Phantasm. So with these cards out of the deck, this is what we are looking to bring in. And this equipment suite is really strong. It's actually debuting a new card at Uprising in Crown of Providence. Crown of Providence is kind of the perfect card for what Levia was really looking for. She loved to mesh these kind of safety net cards in with her defensive capabilities, with how good her equipment suite is with Carrion Husk. And Crown of Providence just lets you fix your hand really well, potentially swap out your arsenal to give you a true 5-card hand, play around Command and Conquer a bit. That's just all really strong. So it's a huge upgrade for the deck. Accompanied by Carrion Husk, Scabskins, and Gambler's Gloves, and then Mandible Claws, because at its core, this is a blood rush, blood debt, very aggressive Levia, and we're looking to push with Claws as much as possible and really try to end the game on these big, big turns. But we do need to respect the fact that Dromai can take the game really long, play very defensive, and so we are bringing in a bit of the recursion in Shadow of Blasphemfet, trying to pull out Hell from Beyond's and Ghostly Visit. Hell from Beyond's let us just control the graveyard really well, and Ghostly gives us a cheap way to hopefully toss it at a dragon and kill something that's relatively low HP. So this is what we're bringing in there. The tech blue slot goes to Ivophidia because we want more consistency with Shadow of Blasphemfet actually discarding the correct card. And then along with that, we're bringing Wild Ride for a little bit of extra push in the early game, filling graveyard, but also as a way to turn on Claws, which is going to help us maybe use these to even clear some additional dragons. So that's what we're looking at here. Really excited to play this game, but even more excited to hear what Elliot has to say about this Dromai deck.
Okay, so let's talk about Dromai a little bit. So this iteration of Dromai is playing more of a controlled deck. So we're trying to establish a long-term plan of a difficult to interact with the board state involving some of the really cool dragon invocations. But to get there, we are playing this sizable package of defensive cards. So these cards are going to block efficiently and mostly block for 4 for a good rate to let us get to that end game. Our equipment we'll touch on. So we are playing the classic Phantasmal Footsteps, and then our other 3 slots are going to be dedicated to some of the new ones. just to try them out and see how they work. I really like this crown. I like the consistency it adds to your game plan. It gives you a nice, maybe like a nice pivot turn, a nice way to translate a no block card into a block card or a red card into a blue card. Just a very versatile card while also giving us 2 extra life. Similarly with the Flamescale Furnace, typically Illusionist doesn't have great defensive tools in their equipment slots, but Dromai does with the Furnace, so I think it's a really cool, interesting card, and we might get a couple ash out of it. The Silken Form, likewise, a very interesting defensive card. We can turn a blue card into essentially 3 block, where it might not otherwise do so. Or we can sometimes just turn a red card into an ash, or a couple reds into a couple ash, while also creating 1 dragon at the same time. So I actually really like this card. Really versatile. I like my equipment to be useful at lots of different parts of the game. And I think all of our equipment kind of does that. Our weapon, of course, is the Storm of Sandakai. I think this is just the go-to weapon. It enables your dragons to attack. It's the only way to do so.
Only weapon as well.
Without it, the Iris of Reality, unfortunately, does not synergize as well with our card pool here. So the cards we are not playing today are over here. We have Thaws, which are here mostly for our ice opponents. So if we encounter an Oldhim or an Icelander, as a great effect, it's just a reasonable card to attack with and sit in the graveyard until we need it for that key moment. It's also good against other illusionists because it is not itself an illusionist card, so it is what we call a popper, a 6-power attack. Then we have one of our dragons we're not playing today. He's a little under rate. He's a 2-cost, and he's only a 3-power attacker. And his ability just is not super useful in this game, but it's a really powerful card that we would definitely want against the new Icelander deck or potentially a Kano deck. The Stilettos, similarly, are mostly for our wizard opponent. It gives us 1 out to a popper against a wizard who might have a single Phantasm popper, so I like that, while also giving us an Arcane Barrier. The other cards we're cutting, we have Rake the Embers Blue. This is a little low impact card in this matchup particularly because it is a 2-block, so we're mostly just cutting it for that reason. We also don't need the blue in this matchup as much as we might need it against an ice opponent like Icelander or Oldhim, where we have to interact with some Frostbites, or Alexi. So I think, with that said, I think we're ready to get started.
Absolutely, Elliot. Well, let's get into it. Best of luck.
Right, but good luck.
All right, Elliot. Do you want evens or odds?
I'll take evens.
That is your call.
Okay, I will, I think, go first because that allows us to potentially produce some ash.
Yep, and free arsenal. You
And
don't
get a free arsenal.
necessarily have to swing at me and let me feel grave, right? So.
Correct. Okay. We can generate some ash. However, it does involve an attack card, which is okay. So we will lead the game off with a sweeping blow. I'm going to pitch into this. Okay, we can actually make a... Okay, so we'll pitch into it with this dragon here, which is red. Mm-hmm. Create an ash from Dromai's ability. Yep. And then when I attack with sweeping blow, I create an ash.
Cool.
This is 3. Go again.
Well, like you mentioned with sending an attack my way, I will take advantage of this to go ahead and try to fill graveyard with 2 blue Endless Moss.
Yep, that's fine. Then, just as an instant, I'm going to activate the Furnace, because I've played a red card. I'm going to pitch a red card, which will create an ash from Dromai's ability.
Very cool.
And then I'll gain
2 resources.
2 resources. However, with that, I'm just going to pass the turn.
Yeah.
And arsenal this.
So
Yeah. It's just a free way to create ash. So be on the lookout for those types of plays with Dromai.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Good way to start the game off with 3 ash and an arsenal.
Yeah, I'll say. Well, I put some amount of cards in graveyard, but they weren't 6s, and I didn't really draw anything overwhelmingly relevant here either. Ooh. So, a little sad here, but our turn is legitimately just going to be Mandible Claw at you.
3. Okay.
For 3.
Okay, so this is an opportunity where I can use the footsteps.
Pass me the 3.
It's a little bit less efficient to block with this, but it is a free ash token. I think that's worth it. The card we're going to pitch is one of these Doombreakers. So pitching a red card generates an ash.
Oh, yeah.
And we're just blocking 1.
Sounds good.
Take
so
2.
You'll take 2.
All right.
Yeah, I'll pass priority to you at this point.
Yep, just go to my turn.
We'll go ahead to Arsenal. What is a very good card for me. Unfortunately, not on that turn cycle. We'll draw 2.
All right, this is a great start. We're not necessarily looking to deploy the best fanciest dragons immediately. We want those later. So we're going to lead off with one of our safer plays, which is the Building Mirage. It's 1 cost, so we're going to pitch another red. When I pitch, I go up to 5 ash. When I attack with Building Mirage, I will transform one of these into a dragon. So we have first dragon.
Yeah, and we'll take advantage here of actually filling the yard with some 6 powers. So we'll go ahead and block the 3 on that.
Okay, and then here's a good decision point. So these dragons, often they can just be free damage because they're kind of awkward to block with a card from hand. But again, because of the way Levia plays and the amount of 6s, usually these dragons are just going to get popped super quickly. But if we leave them in play and don't attack with them, it forces him to use action points on his turn. So he's using a card plus an action point, which might have forced like a use of a Scab Skin or like a Blood Rush Bellow. So instead of attacking with this, we're actually going to attack with this, which is why I'm making this decision. So Dust Up, great card to finish the combat chain with. This is 2.
Yep, it's actually got a hit. Oops, excuse me. It's actually got a hit effect on it as well.
Yep.
So my blocking here on a non-hit effect is a little punished. I think we're fine, though. We'll just, once again, fill the graveyard just a little bit. Go ahead and block.
And we get an Arsenal off this turn.
Yep.
Which is great.
Cool. My turn, I really didn't want to play into Blood Debt necessarily this early, but it's just kind of how things are lining up. Very strange. We'll go ahead, have you pick 3.
Yep, so I'll just have you leave that one and banish those.
Okay, so I'm leaving a hit. Okay, it's not bad. That means I hit the 2 misses in here. It does put me at 3 Blood Debt, like right away though.
Alrighty.
Coming in for 9.
I'll use the D-React.
Yep.
Take a look. This is an okay card to have early game, although it's not one we want to draw into, because remember, we're not going to get that until the end of this next turn. So we're actually put that on the bottom.
Second D-React.
Take another look, get another card, and this one is totally fine to draw into.
All that, I'm just pushing 1 damage?
Yep.
That's fine. Go ahead, pass to you. No Blood Debt for me. Satiated my girl Levia on that one.
All right, and this is a turn where we can establish some more things on the board, like the Illusionist does. So we'll rake the Embers. We're going to pitch a red card into that. So Dromai will create an Ash token, and then I'll resolve Rake the Embers, create an Ash token, and then I will transform.
It's a lot of Ash already.
3. So this is where we want to be with this deck. We are presenting some threats, but they are such threats that he's unlikely to waste a Scab Skin roll to just kill a dragon.
Yeah,
but we're still not going to attack. We're actually just going to place an Energy Potion.
Yep.
Attacking would risk not getting this in play. So
super true. Actually, kind of grateful you didn't hit me there because only had the 1 card in hand. Kind of need it. So we're going to go ahead and start with an Art of War. The Art of War, I'm going to say banish and +1. Doing this because I don't actually have a guaranteed attack coming up after that. So we'll go ahead.
That's good news.
Sorry. First things first.
Yep.
I have a video. We'll look at the top here. Good thing I had eye on that draw because those are really not it. Not it. We'll put them on the bottom. Then we'll go ahead, banish this, draw the 2.
You got it.
Blood Debt's now off. And we've got a new hand here of some decent cards. Actually, this worked out pretty well. +1 was the safest call. We're going to then play out the Howl, the 2 floating, into pitching for a swing big. So that's a total of +4 from the Art of War and the Howl. So it's coming in for 12. 12 total. Do have 1 float.
5 and the 7, I see. Not the 4 and 8.
4 and 8 would make more sense. There we go.
That was ambitious.
Making you do some hard math. There is one of these at your disposal if you'd like it. All you gotta do is be a chicken and not take the 12 damage.
Yep. Now, interesting enough, those do not trigger on the dragon
Really?
attacks. I don't believe so. I
Weapon-
believe it triggers on a weapon or attack action card.
Yeah, okay, true. And Illusionist doesn't make these weapons.
Correct.
Interesting.
Yep. These are different than the prism ones. So I'm just talking to myself while thinking.
Cool.
So we're going to do 8.
No, not another D-react.
And then this is sink below.
Of course it is. And look at this little army you got.
That's right.
You got your chickens, you got your dragons, you got your vial of energy juice. It's pretty cool.
This is a fine card to have later, which means it's going to go to the bottom.
Cool. With that, I'm not going to take Blood Debt, and I'll go over to you.
Always remember that.
And what's this new hand? This new hand's garbage. Nice.
Our turn. Okay, this is actually maybe an okay spot to... I think it's okay to play this. So I'm going to Energy Potion and invoke Uvia.
Sounds good. Funny
One
enough.
of these Ash will become Uvia. Okay, when she enters the arena,
This is such a wide board.
she will transform one more of these.
Yeah, because she's not a May. It's always forced. Funny enough.
It's not a May, but it is up to 1 Ash. So I can just choose to not do it.
Oh, okay.
So it's essentially free. And then I'll start sending these in. Because worst case, these eat a card.
Yeah, there's too many coming, so even though I'm losing a pretty high value card, we'll go ahead and just cancel out this turn because it's potentially that amount of damage.
We'll end the turn.
Yep. And there's no way Elliot would attack with Uvi at the end of that chain, so I'm not going to get baited into waiting.
That's correct.
But unfortunately, my turn, nothing overruling is special. I'll come in for Swing Big for 8, not turning off Blood Debt, just coming in for 8. Technically another Quicken token is on offer, but I don't have a second one.
Oh, you're so right. Okay, this one I'm just going to take to the face because I think we have a strong turn.
One more.
There we go.
Yeah.
Turn.
All right, cool. I'll pass it over. I will take 3 to Blood Debt this turn.
Cool.
Starting up that clock. I mean, nothing really to do otherwise. It would have been pretty bad to shut it off with Dread Screamer.
So this hand did require every card, but it is quite the turn. It works. So I'm going to choose to transform no Ash. I'm just going to keep my Ash. And that's because we're going to start invoking some of these Ash tokens. So we're going to invoke Miragai using...
Oof. That's one I really like killing. That's one that Ghostly Visit would be amazing to have in Banished Zone to start killing.
That's
We
right.
ain't there yet.
Our pitch here. So this Ash will get targeted. Dromai will create a new one. So I'm end up with just 1 Ash because the other one starts into...
Ooh, and is that a Marvel we have for Miragai? Miragai?
Is...
Yes, it is. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. Unfortunately, I don't own all the Marvels. That'd be insane. But we got one, baby. And there it is.
Okay, then we are going to invoke again. This would be Kyloria, so we're going to do the same thing. So this Ash will turn to Kyloria, Dromai will create a new one.
Wow, and you almost had enough to play Dromai as well.
Yep.
Well,
an Arsenal card in this spot would have allowed us to also drop a Chromai, and these 3 are buddies. They make a good team. So we'll send Kyloria first because it has no Phantasm.
Right, no Phantasm. So, yeah. Cycle out one of the cards I know would only be pitch otherwise. So I'll declare blocks here, and then we will cycle this through.
Sounds good. I do have go again.
Okay.
So the army. Marching.
Marches forth. Really interesting now. Yeah, well, we weren't going to use this anyway. So we can go ahead and cut things short a bit. Do that.
And that's okay.
Crown's gone. Scab's got a block. We still do kind of what we wanted.
Yep, so we have good diversity of threats.
Oh boy.
Very illusionist.
Oh boy, do ya.
Makes our life total look a little bit less appetizing for the brute.
So we can start with Scabs because that actually saves us using the power card to just go wide.
But
I think this turn...
the whim of chance.
Yeah, it is a whim chance. And my luck ain't great with this thing, but I think we will do it just because it really does save using quite a powerful card. We'll roll Scabs. We will hit them 2 APs, 2 action points. That's pretty good. It's very good. With that, we're going to lead things off here with a Claw Swing on the Kyloria, just to clear that one out. Still have an action point. And then I really could clear the Moragai, but now that the Scary Dragon's gone, we'll take another opportunity to go face. So now we'll send 7 at you.
Okay. Let's take a look.
So the tough part about Moragai is that it is 4 health, and the claws don't deal with that. It's like really what the Ghostly's for. And I haven't found a Shadow Blasphemous to pull it out the deck yet. So that's pretty unfortunate, because like that would have been great. Because then I would definitely use this card to push one more go again, and Ghostly. Just ain't there. Go ahead, pick 3. That is hit, whiff. So blood up by 1. It is off this turn, up to 4.
Okay. We should be blocking a little bit here.
4, not 14.
We're going to go too low. I'm just going to play an Oasis for Spite.
Cool.
I'm going to pitch a red.
Yep.
Which will generate an ash. I'll gain a life.
Yes, you will.
And take 3 damage.
Yes, you will. Cool. With that, I'll pass to you, and there's no blood debt to be taken.
Alright.
Also, to note on my end, I'm not focusing too much on the pitch stack because I have the Shadow Blasphemous still to play through, so they're going to make me shuffle. So, it's like not the most important thing right now. Just to note.
At the start of my turn, I will transform one of these.
Speak the devil.
And thanks to this quicken token, I can lead off with a Dust Up.
What is that? That interaction's not supposed to happen? Dust Up doesn't supposed to have go again? What? Dang, okay, so that's one of the other hit effects that this deck has. It's really Kyloria and Dust Up, but Dust Up is really minor. I'm really stuck with just like the Scabs for the block here. This could be a really big turn to just eat, but I also have a really good turn. I'm up to 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll say no blocks on this.
Okay, take 4.
Taking 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then when it hits, it creates an ash and transform one, so I go up to 2, and then turn right back into a dragon. And then I get 1 free dragon attack because Mirror Guy removes Phantasm. So he will attack because he is the highest power one.
Yep. Same thing. There's no point blocking that. We'll take the 2.
Okay. And then I'll offer up a free small dragon.
So
I have enough at this point.
1 card effectively blocks 6, which is really big. But also, I'm really trying to play towards this card.
Yeah. At my dragons.
Yeah, really trying to play with this card towards this big turn upcoming. Because this is not an attack. Normally when that's attack, you feel pretty good. But it's 6 life. It's like a whole... It's a lot of value. We actually will block it here. Go ahead, Pop.
Alright. Dies. And I have no more action.
Just arsenal my last card?
Yep. All right, we're really hoping to dig with our arsenal card here to help us out a bit. So we're going to discard with Blood Rush.
Huh?
It's going to hit the shadow that I was just talking about. We're going to draw 2. These are kind of gross cards. We're going to go ahead and then play an Art of War. And I'll say +1 and banish.
Yeah, you blood rush this turn, right?
Yeah, also. So then we'll banish there, turn off Blood Debt, draw 2.
No one's there mode.
+1.
But the +1. Okay,
Yeah, so +3 floating in the air. Blood Debt now off. Let's see. Oh, there's that card we're talking about. And it's actually not great here, but it's playable. So we will send in a Mandible Claw 5 at Morag. Well, yeah, 5 at Moragai.
Yeah, because the Art of War does not affect
No,
this, so
it does not.
It's just 5.
We've got 2 floating here. Then this is really sad.
Which is very important because she's a 6.
Yeah.
She does not die to the single claw.
Yeah, we're just going to send this for 5 at you. It's effectively the same as the claw, but this is going to get it in graveyard at least.
Yep.
And it was so much better to Blood Rush than Art of War. Well,
This was a turn I kind of wanted to use my crown because I did arsenal a slightly weaker card. Yeah, we have an okay hand. 3. Get more value out of the Levia. We'll go block 3.
nothing. You'll take just 2. I will take no Blood Debt, thanks to Art of War. But also, not do much on a Blood Rush turn and an Art of War turn.
Yep, we made it through that turn.
Yeah.
Pretty okay. So we'll start the turn with Levia.
Yep.
We'll activate it.
Oops.
Okay.
That is not back 14. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to lead off with my arsenal card, which is a blue sweeping blow. Pitching a red, Dromai will create an ash. When I attack, create an ash.
Yeah, I mean, we're not blocking that, though. We'll take 1.
Yep.
2.
It's likely to block that.
Okay. Interesting. So, that's going to be it on the go again. He's looking to arsenal that last one. We're still sitting on scab skins that can block a breakpoint like that. No blocks on this one.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I'll trigger its effect.
Yep.
Make an ash. Make it into a dragon immediately.
Cool.
Arsenal my last card.
Man, that is an army, but we'll try to quell it a bit. I'm gonna start things off here with a Blue Dread Screamer. Nothing stellar, and in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 misses in here. All right, pick 3. Let's see it. Give me the money. Miss. That's a good one to miss. Hit. All right, we're already good. Hit. So it's coming in for 4 go again at you.
Yeah.
That puts me up to 7 Blood Debt.
Okay. So you kept a bunch of cards. Let's hit him with the... We're going to sand cover.
Okay. Blocking the 4, losing the ash.
Yep.
That's all right. Yeah, we're going to cast Doomsday here.
Okay.
And then off the go again. Honestly, super weak, but we're going to swing Blasmfet actually at you and just banish this.
Yep, we'll take this one.
Okay. I will pass it over to you, no Blood Debt. Plasma will stick, although not for long. We've got quite the army.
Yep.
Little dudes.
We will be dealing with him. So we will invoke this guy here.
Moraga again.
Guy. We'll pitch here. Make an ash. The original one will become
Another beautiful Moraga.
Yes. Yeah, so this was a sequencing turn that I just had to do quickly. So I'll invoke Dromai next. So I actually have no ash. And then this one will become Dromai.
Okay.
This is just better.
That's another scary one. Action points and Phantasm kind of get around the whole idea of popping.
Yep. So I'll attack you with Dromai, gain an action point.
Yep.
So 2 action points.
Yep. And if it's
I'll
popped, you'll gain another one.
Technically, I have 1 action point. I'll gain the second one on resolution.
Okay. Yeah, it's no
Is
Phantasm.
everything in the correct order?
Everything's in the right order. This is at me.
Yep, for 3.
Coming in for 3. Oh, man. Yep, we'll take it. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, then we send stuff at the big guy. So we'll send Ragai, Uvia.
Dealing 3 so far.
4,
Dealing another
5,
3.
6.
Now Plasma dies.
Yep. And then now, next one at you, which you can pop.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that. We actually have good resource sinks, so I'll take 3 total.
Yep.
Sounds good.
3. All right, and then I get to arsenal this.
Sounds good.
Clean things up.
Whew. We're barely ahead. Board state's getting nuts, and those are some good dragons. So we're gonna go for hopefully a bit of a clear turn. I'm gonna play the Art of War.
Yep.
And say go again, banish. I'll banish here. Draw 2. Yikes. It's just what we're gonna do. Sure. So the swing big is gonna come in with go again at your face, offering up another chicken token.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, you're not playing this game like chicken, so not sure you want this.
No, we're making good trades.
Good trades, yep.
Okay, I will.
Only 8, yeah, take it. Go to 11. Do it.
I'm just gonna play an Oasis Respite. It's a good spot to do this.
Look at that, you heal 1 as well.
Yep. Really just blocking 5 of this damage.
Yep.
I'll heal 1.
And then take 4.
Take 4.
Sounds good. Yep.
Just a good exchange. I also get an Ash token from the pitch.
And then sure enough, you called it with the go again. I'm actually pitching double red to just kill the Dromai.
All right. And as a reminder, I do not get this action point because it's not my turn.
Cool. So I'm losing the Howl, but I still have 2 more Shadow Blasmfets. We are being put in tough spots.
This guy. Okay. So we're going to invoke Kyloria. We're going to pitch a red card. So the original Ash will turn into him.
Yep.
And then I'll end up with 1.
Yep.
And he will lead off the attacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so 4 is about as tall as this deck actually gets, so I'm free to just use Husk here, especially with my hand being as weak it is. So I'm going to use Husk on Kyloria.
7-1.
Yep, and then with this, we will force turn end, because you are threatening a freaking ton.
That is going to be pretty common.
Yeah. Unfortunate part is, let me double check blood debt. 1,
Arsenal
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, the unfortunate part is my hand is complete top deck mode. We're going to pitch, come in with Shadow Blasmfet. So I do have to decide who it's on before the effect here. If I turn off blood debt, then I'm fine sending it face. If I don't, then like I need to have killed this Moragai. Or like the game's really cooked. Really slipping. Oh, tough call. Like it's gotta be Moragai. If I, oh my god, please don't whiff. Oh, it does hit. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so I do get the effect, and like I said, now the shuffle has been. Now the shuffle's happened, so I can start caring about pitch stack. So weird to see the Shadow Blazafets in this order, but I'm going to banish the remaining one just so Bloodlet's off and it doesn't clunk me later. All right, so that killed your Marag.
Yep.
Pass priority if you want to do anything.
Nope, you're good.
Cool. I'll draw, go to you.
No, that's bad.
Yeah, I guess the benefit of just killing a dragon is maybe Elliot's stuck in a defense reaction hand. Go ahead and look at this, and I've really only seen like 4, pretty sure. I guess these count. 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
Here we'll just deploy
Jeez.
another sticky thread, I think is better than the other card in hand.
I'm only halfway through the defense react threats.
Yeah. Got a ways to go.
Yes, I do.
So
All right, hand.
this is
playable, I
actually
guess.
interesting. Man, unfortunate. Okay, I will just play a passing mirage.
Wow. I could not have picked a better turn to have that happen. Okay. Well, now that we have a whole hand, we can start looking to do things. This graveyard is like pretty trash. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 misses. We'll go ahead and play out this Dread Screamer. Actually gonna send this one at Kyloria because it's just 4. It's not anything too crazy anyway. Go ahead. I'm obviously hoping for the best here. Miss, hit. Okay, so Blood that's off. I'm at 13. Gonna close the combat chain here, just to try to hit more of the whiffs, and then send Boneyard Marauder in. And this is going to come in for 6, and this one's at you.
So right there's good.
That is whiff. See, this is why we do it. Hit. So when we do a double clear like that, we're really hoping.
6, right?
Yeah, it's just 6.
Okay.
We're really hoping to get out a lot of the misses. Yep, there we go. 6.
We'll commit the crown.
Because now the graveyard is 1, 2, 3.
I'll just put the crown there. I will use the crown now since I've committed to it. So I'm gonna sink that card. Perfect.
That's
Yep,
not good.
That's exactly what I want.
Are you taking 4 or your defense reacting?
I'm gonna favor scene.
There we go.
Take a look and put this on the bottom because of a very specific reason.
I will then draw 3 and go to you.
Great. All right.
Oy.
Are we ready?
3. Okay.
I will choose to not transform this ash because we need it for much stronger dragons.
I feel a legendary coming.
Yes, one of the mighty legendary dragons. It is Dominia.
Joy. With no phantasm.
That is correct. So we'll pitch that 4 resources using... We'll do this. Okay, so I did pitch a red, so I'll end up with an ash because one of them is becoming the Dominia.
It kind of looks like your playmat there.
We did opt, however, we put it to the bottom, so we are flipping blind off this Dominia.
Oh man, this is actually so big. Like, please miss. Please.
We did not. We have
God.
quite the hit rate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not helping you on this one. This is your call.
Yeah, well, you have 2 blue 6s. Okay, since he has infinite 6s.
Yeah, that is actually fortunate in this hand. Tell you what.
I think the best thing is just to take one of the blues out or take the Grappling Growl.
Like I said, I'm not helping you on this one.
Yeah, I think
There's something
we'll
I'm
take
definitely
one of these
scared of
blues,
happening.
and I think we'll take the one that
Yeah, the one with the
has
effect.
more text than
That's fine. Yep, good choice.
We still get 4 damage in, so coming in for 4.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we're taking the 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. because it doesn't have Phantasm anyway.
That is correct. And instead of just wasting a dragon, I think we'll just push a little more damage with the dust up. Red. These are both at 4.
Yeah. Coming in for 4. Okay, well, at this point, actually, like, I was hoping to pop the dragon, but I can still block the 1 card down in hand and kind of do the same play I had to do anyway, because I do have to kill Dominia.
Yes.
I do have to turn off Blood Debt, and I do have to kill Dominia. So that kind of means I'm sending Endless Maw at Dominia. So if that's the case, then we will just block the 4.
Yep. This one has the hit effect, so
yep, hit effects at this point.
All right. Yep, pass the turn. All
right.
These on the bottom.
I will play an Endless Maw, and hey, if I whiff right here, game's just over. So let's hope that one doesn't
go.
But it is at Dominia, because I can't let that sucker stick. That is unreasonable. Let's see.
I think your odds are probably pretty low.
No, I have 5 misses right now. Oh, we're good.
You're good. All right, game goes on.
Game goes on.
That's good.
19. We are in the realm of missing Blood Debt. Means I lose.
We just have to keep pressuring, keep presenting dragons a little bit at a time. We start the turn with this Ash, so we will not use Uvia, or I will choose no targets for Uvia, because I want to invoke As Will I.
Sure.
Don't want to pitch for that one. That one's a free one. So
he's free. He's free, and he's a red. Just going to make all your dragons swing.
Right into As Will I.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. And we'll lead off with him. When he attacks, he deals 1 arcane damage.
Yep, so I can't block the arcane, and then I won't block the physical
Comes
either.
over 2.
Take 2. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, 3 total.
I think he's probably going to pop the next thing I do. I would imagine that would be the right play. So I'll do this instead. So I'm a sweeping blow, pitching a red. 1 from Dromai and then 1 from the card. Get a setup for next turn.
I'm not blocking the 1. I'll take
1?
it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll play another Passing Mirage.
Man, I was going to clear Passing Mirage this turn.
This is hopefully the lock we can establish.
I do have a chance, and it's literally that card. So what we're going to do here is pitch Dread Screamer. Before Pain Cost, we'll use the eye again. Look at the top 2.
It's the red.
I love seeing that. And, honestly, we'll keep both just to guarantee a resource card as well. Then this is going to hopefully hit. I mean, same deal. Hey, I miss, I lose. I miss, I lose. We're just there, folks. Playing Levia. This is at you, by the way. Pick 3.
Okay, it's in your hands.
Oh, baby. Okay, we're good. All right, but hitting all the hits is still not the greatest.
All right, 6 at me.
We are now at 21. I need extra dice. We are really getting up there.
I'm just going to keep it left to the high. I want to just put 2 3s.
21.
6.
All right, well, we'll see what the scabbies give me. I really wish they'd give me... Yeah, I haven't reset Ghostly. That's actually such a huge deal right here. I'm going to close this combat chain. And we're going to pray to the Scabskin gods that I stay in this game. Trigger gamblers. All right. Amazing. It's good. We weren't really in a spot to roll again, quite honestly. Then, with this first action point, kill a passing. We have 2 floating. And I will kill the other passing, and then go to you, no blood debt.
Okay.
Oh my god. We're trying to just stem all the damage, but then also not die to our own blood debt, and it's getting a little crazy.
Yep. Just keep chipping away.
Oh
All right, I will.
1, 2,
I will
3,
not use
4,
Uvia.
5.
I'll keep my 2 ash.
Good.
Because I want to use one of them to make another Asvali. He does do 1 arcane damage.
Send
up
in more
front.
troops. Interesting.
Oh, we want to do the 1 arcane damage, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking the arcane, of course. Man, I really didn't want to pop. But we are going to do it. I mean, I still have a play, so it's good enough. Yeah, we'll pop it.
Okay. And we get to arsenal this.
We are getting so scared. So scared. My turn is once again roll the dice. Come in, Dread Screamer 6 at you.
Yeah.
Hoping for go again, hoping to not die. You know how it is. At least we put a 6 in the graveyard last turn with Boneyard. But, let's just shuffle these up pretty good, don't we? Don't we? Go ahead. Pick 3. The stress is real. That's a whiff. That's a whiff. That's a hit. We're in. We survive. Blood debt up to 23. God, when the game goes this long, it is beyond
6.
stressful. That is 6 go again at you. You know, the other thing is you banish my soul harvest, and that's how you like really get in control of the graveyard again. 1, 2, 3. At least now there's only exactly 3. We're okay. We've been sitting on this, and we're waiting for it.
I'm just going to use a sink below. And tuck a card. Yeah, it'll be this one.
Cool.
Which means I will take 2 here.
Sounds good. That was 6 at you. Then with the go again, I actually will kill Asvali with the claw, and then pass it over.
Let's come at you with a Billowing Mirage. I'm going to pitch a card. As much as I want to set this play up, can't imagine coming to be correct. Pitch him. So when I attack, I'll make an ash, and then Dromai will make an ash from the pitch. See, I should have used Uvia here. And then... Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is a different card.
Yeah, this one
that's
actually
right.
creates...
I was right, yep. So I started at 1, I pitched up to 2, and then when I attack, this card is the one that transforms.
Yep, just transform. We are going to say no blocks on this.
Take 3.
1, 2, 3.
Passing Mirage.
Okay.
All arsenal.
We're there again, and we're really not in the spot to ever swing.
Yeah,
Or not swing, ever roll scabs again.
Yeah, we're trying to create some no-win scenarios here.
No, it's working. Tell you what.
And we got the life lead, which is important.
I'm going to start with a Blood Rush.
Yep.
Been slow to play these, but go ahead. Even odd. Odd.
Right.
Good. I really needed that one to discard. I mean, it was going to hit anyway, but that other card is much better than that one. I'll draw these. That turn, I believe I did pitch blue right after. Okay, yeah, we're going to go for it. It's now or never. We are going for the Blood Rush here. Second one, have you pick 2, 4, 6.
Yep.
This one. I will draw another 2. 4-card hand, but only 1 floating. Currently 4 in the air. In buffs. Yeah, alright. We're okay. We're going to send a claw for 7. Go again at you.
6 there. Take 1.
Cool. 7 go again at you.
Go 3 there. Take 4.
Take 4. Sounds good. I'm actually going to close the combat chain here to play out a howl, because we actually just have win on board if this hits, and we kind of just have to go for it. We'll play the howl. That's currently +7 in the air, and then come in for Writhing Beast Hulk for base 6. So that is 6 plus 7, which I believe is 13.
Yes.
Which in theory is lethal. Unless you have a defense react. Oh no, because... Yeah, it has to be defense reaction. Either in hand or, like, obviously arsenal. Alright, this is how it goes. I mean, we added... At this point, there's 5 misses in here, because we added 2 blood rushes. Or no, 6. We added 2 blood rushes in the howl. But it's kind of now or never, because the game's over, pretty much anyway. Miss, hit, whiff. Those are some good banishes. Cool. Turns off blood debt for the turn. Comes in for 13 dominate.
Okay, we'll block 4.
Oh, what is it?
Sigil.
Sigil. All right, so you're live at 3.
Yeah, so I'm taking 9.
Yeah.
This, yep.
So you're live at 3. Oh boy. That's some real stress, but I get a turn passed back into me, and that is so huge right now.
Yep, okay. Free attack with the Uvia for 1. I'm not going to transform my ash, so
1, 2, 3, 4.
just present for 1.
Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, we're taking the 1.
Yep.
I'm not going to give you the card on that.
There you go.
I'll go ahead, play an Unworldly Bellow. It's going to banish 3 as cost, give +2.
Mm-hmm.
We're searching for a howl here. We really want to hit a howl. Go ahead, pick 3. Yep.
Let's see it.
Oh. Okay. Blood debt off. I'm at 26. This stack is like too tall for all the dice. Let me just double check the misses. 1, 2, 3, 4, +5 on howl, but it's already off. So it is worth the gamble again. Yep, so we're going to go ahead and play out that howl. So there's +5 in the air. 25. And then we're going to pitch for Writhing Beast Hulk for 11. Maybe dominate. Maybe. 1 float.
The card you need.
Man, we saved some goodies till the end game, but definitely carried a bit by these banishes. All right, go ahead, pick 3. Hit, whiff. God, beautiful banishes. So coming in for 11 dominate.
Yep. So all I can do is quell, footsteps, and use 1 card.
Yep, which is only 5, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Is it? Great
Good game. Alrighty, that was a crazy game. I've never felt that jittery before in a game of Flesh and Blood, and I really felt favored as heck going into this. So that really was a fantastic game. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it as well. Absolute showcase of the strength of this go long control, like Dromai. I mean, this is kind of a crazy deck, especially with the assumption that Brute is just going to roll this deck. It was so defensive; it really put the pressure on me. And as the game went through, I mean, there were definitely things to talk about that definitely did go my way. Banishes for one or something. I prayed to Blasphemous a lot for those, and he came through. But overall, I had the Gamblers and Scabsons come up like on that double passing Mirage turn. And that was a really big
single one the game, but then you're able to convert it into not one.
Right.
So,
and that was like the turn that mattered. I needed to clear the double passing or the game was so spiraling. So this was huge on that point. Something that kind of fell a little flat was, the board state you built so early was partially because I just didn't have Ghostly to clear the Miragai really efficiently. It really sucked.
Several of our test games, that package of Shadow finding the Howl and the Ghostlies enabled just a recursive threat to just eliminate dragons cheaply and easily. That 4 threshold
the 4
hits basically all the good ones, all the ones that you need to hit. So
even Dominion, if it has to. So not seeing that was definitely like a bit of a hindrance. The Shadows came at really weird times, but I had the opportunity to just lose off the top if I didn't hit with Shadow, and I did. So can't say that I hate the card, but it definitely didn't do what it was supposed to this game. Other thing, when you actually came in with Dominia, your choices were a little skewed. I think if you went for the only way for me to turn off Blood Debt, which actually was the Endless Maw, then I'm in a big pickle. You didn't know what my arsenal was. Yeah. My arsenal actually was a Blood Rush, so leaving me the double blue I feel pretty good about anyway, but you didn't know that. So I think reading the state, it was probably better to go for the guaranteed turn off with Endless Maw. However, you didn't, like I said, you didn't know that, and in the end, it actually was worse for me because then I had to send 9 into Dominia, whereas otherwise I would have played out Blood Rush and just claw Dominia and keep going. So actually, your mistake was correct in that instance. I was terrified either way. That card's insane. Really, kind of that endgame threat that we were coming to. I had a Blood Rush in Arsenal for a long, long time, just looking for the right hand to play it because I like to play it in 3-card hands, but when the Blood Rush is an Arsenal, you don't know the guaranteed draw off the top is going to be an attack or not. So I was really trying to wait until I either had a full hand or the double Blood Rush coming up. I knew there was that second one in the deck. That first one was so botched with the Ghostly Visit that I really was trying to play for this, and it came up on the perfect time when Elliot actually dropped his last passing Mirage. So even though that was a really strong turn by him, I had this overwhelming damage push to push back and eventually just start picking up tempo in the late game. So playing towards that felt really, really good. And of course, we saw the closing power of Dominate as a keyword on top of just the free buff that Howl's applying over and over and over again. And of course, this was helped a lot by some really clutch banishes, but this is the closing power that you're supposed to have against a control deck like this, even though Elliot's got really great tricks up his sleeve. So overall, really happy with how that game went, even with a few mistakes on my end. New matchup, was just really eager to see how Dromai played. How'd it feel for you?
It felt good. I feel like we did our game plan pretty well. We stuck to it. We played a long game. We established a pretty big board. We presented some turns that were sort of no-win scenarios for the opponent, where we have a passing Mirage, we have different dragons that all have to be answered because they have little synergies with each other. So I have like two packages that I want to just showcase. So the defensive cards clearly are kind of what make the deck work. We want our free ones in Sand Cover and Sink Below Fate Foreseen, and then the Oasis Respite. So good. Unfortunately, this card was on top of our deck at that last moment. It would have allowed us to stay alive through the big Dominate attack, so we were just shy of keeping in the game. We had all those dragons established. I think we were in a pretty good spot to hopefully turn the corner, run the opponent out of threats. So that package kind of worked as intended. And then the dragon package, there's some key dragons with some really powerful synergies that enable you to attack with your whole board. Oftentimes against a brute, I don't get to do that. But with some of the dragons like Miragi and Dromai, we get to do that. And sort of the unsung hero was the Passing Mirage. It got a lot of value. It's a difficult card to interact with because it does require a full action point.
Right, it still has that toxic Spectre keyword that Dromai almost doesn't play with.
And it allowed me to present a board that had a good dragon, the Passing Mirage, with another dragon in Arsenal. And if the Passing Mirage isn't answered and one of the dragons isn't answered, I can invoke a new dragon, benefit from the removal of the Phantasm. So it gives us more uses out of some of these really powerful like attacking dragons. And especially against a hero who doesn't provide a lot of go again or go wide synergy, can be really tough for them.
Yeah, it was just the bailout by Scabs really that got it for me.
Yep. And sometimes that's all it comes down to is just roll the die.
Sometimes that. Well, I think it's a great note to end it on, Elliot. This was a fantastic game, and I enjoyed all our test games going into this as well. So I want to thank you again for joining me in this, and hopefully you all enjoyed watching as well, and start trying out some more Levia and definitely some more Dromai in this upcoming RTN season. See you in the next one.
See ya.